a tendency not to notice small change. You sort of get used to your surroundings, get used to the position you're in, really. And as you sort of incrementally improve or incrementally progress or regress, you sort of get a little bit used to it. And sometimes you take your eye off the bigger picture, or it's not that you forget it, but you forget to perhaps appreciate the enormity of it. And I want to sort of bask in the glory. And all right, we haven't had any glory as yet, but perhaps bask in the achievement of what West Ham have done in Europe this season. And I know I'm sort of preempting it, and yes, we could get to the end of the day and West Ham lose, and then it maybe looks a little bit silly. But I don't really want to go into it negatively, because I think we will do it, and I think we will not only qualify, I think we'll qualify as group leaders, group winners, sorry, be that obviously today or in the next round. Because it is a magnificent achievement, and if you cast your mind back to not that long ago, maybe when David Moyes had come in and to rescue us for the second time, if you'd have suggested that we are going to be in the last 16 comfortably, possibly with a game to go of European competition, whilst riding high in the Premier League, it would have been a preposterous situation. It's not the Premier League I particularly want to focus on today. It is obviously Europe. And I think David Moyes has shown in every single round that he's taking this seriously. And I expect him to do so tonight. Look, we've already done the preview. It's pointless us going through and discussing exactly what team we think will play again. But I do know this much. That is, David Moyes will take it seriously. Sometimes there's a drop-off when you play some of your players, some of your squad players. Because some are less effective than others, and what I would mean by that is I think it's hard to argue really that Yarmolenko is as effective as Bowen, for instance. So Bowen would be David Moyes' first choice, but in other areas of the pitch, look at Ben Johnson. He's probably first choice at the moment, but there's not much difference between Ben Johnson and Soufal. So I think those guys you can play without weakening the team. My point being, whilst I think David Moyes would play a Soufal in this game, I'm not sure he would play a load of Yarmolenkos, if you know what I mean. There's only one Yarmolenko, isn't there? Not like Dembele. There's only one Yarmolenko, as the song goes. I don't think anyone's ever sung that. We should definitely start up a chant if there's only one Dembele. Anyway, we digress. My point is I think he'll take it seriously. Very, very seriously indeed. I think he'll get the job done. Look, we play again on Sunday. It's a big game. It's against Manchester City, and he will be prioritising that one. I've no doubt about that at all. But I said in the preview, for various reasons, that I would have thought maybe it might have been sensible to play Krau and Noble. That's just what I thought, because number one, Souček looks tired, and number two, I think Declan Rice is possibly still ill. If he's not, then I'd put Declan Rice in there. Really do. But if we've got Declan Rice that we saw against Wolves, probably needs another few days of his Lemsip and his hot water bottle, doesn't he? Having said that, he was singing the other day, wasn't he? So maybe he is all right. Anyway, my point on this one is that David Moyes won't play Krau and Noble. Obviously, I'm setting myself up to look a little bit silly again. But I don't think he will. I think he'll take it very, very seriously because he wants it. David Moyes is interested in glory as well. He wants this. It's not just about it being on his CV. He wants to achieve now, not a CV to look back on it in 10, 15 years' time, whatever. He wants to achieve stuff now. He came in, he said, what I do is win games. We laughed, and me as well. We laughed. He wasn't laughing. He believed it. So it's a chance for him to show that now. When I look at the teams that are in now with a shout of being in the last 16, I'm going to reel some of these names off to you now. And it shows the quality and it shows the calibre and the company that West Ham will be involved in. Make no mistake about it, West Ham gets to the last 16. There's nothing to say West Ham. We can talk about winning this competition. It won't be an easy thing to do. Listen to some of the teams that are involved right now. So it looks like Lyon, Sparta Prague will go through. But obviously, if Lyon will be the only ones in that group to go through to the last 16. All right? But I'm just giving you a list of teams who could be in the last 16. Sparta Prague, that could be interesting, couldn't it? Anyway, Lyon Sparta Prague might be Rangers. I'd love that game, but then Rangers have to make the last 16. I'd love to play Rangers. Anyway, Monaco, Real Sociedad, PSV, all in with a chance. Napoli. it's not just Napoli out of that group, but Napoli stand out of that group. Leicester could still make it as well. These are really good teams. These are big teams. Frankfurt, Olympiacos. Well, Frankfurt certainly a really, really big club. Obviously, Olympiacos, big Greek club, but it's not like a prestigious name. Well, they're not Napoli, are they? Obviously. Lazio, Marseille. I mean, I think it looks like Galatasaray are through, aren't they, in that one? Big teams. Really big teams. Actually, maybe not in every group. Maybe there's one group. Group F. I guess someone's got to go. Someone, it looks like it'll probably be Braga from Group F, are going to be in the last 16. Well done to Braga, by the way. I don't want to dismiss that. Leverkusen, Betis, Celtic. Big clubs. And then we've got, obviously, our one. And then, what you've got to realise is that... what you've got to remember is that there are some clubs that drop down from the Champions League. So the third place team in the Champions League dropped down. Probably Leipzig. Atletico Madrid. I mean, Atletico Madrid or Porto. They will be in the last 16. Unbelievable. Or, no, actually, they don't. They dropped down to the last 32, didn't they? But these are clubs that could be involved in the last 16. These guys go through to the playoff thingy, as I understand it. Sporting Lisbon or Dortmund. You imagine playing Dortmund? That'd be great. Actually, no, it wouldn't. I'd like to avoid them. No, I'd rather play Braga, actually. Actually, they're not a bad team, to be fair. In fact, we spoke about their wannabe Cristiano Ronaldo, didn't we, yesterday? Sheriff. Or, if Sheriff beat Real Madrid, I think Sheriff are possibly playing Real Madrid if they are. It could be Inter. Could be Inter Milan. Benfica or Barcelona. Barcelona. Wasn't going to break into song again then. These are big teams. This is really serious business. Atalanta or Villarreal. Sevilla, we were discussing this with, or Salzburg with En-Nesyri. Wolfsburg, could be actually any number of those teams, couldn't it, really? And then, right, maybe not so much in that. Look, Chelsea and Juventus have run away with that group, so Zenit, St. Petersburg, maybe not so much. But big teams. There's massive achievement to this with West Ham. Absolutely massive achievement if we can do this. And we put ourselves in there. All those teams that I've mentioned, by the way, apart from the group winners in the Europa League, which are the teams I was reading out first, they've all got to fight it out amongst each other. West Ham could be drawn against some really prestigious clubs. And I don't know when it is, but I think it's February. I think we'd be playing a double header, knockout football, 2 legs, home and away, in February. We could be playing Barcelona. We could be playing Borussia Dortmund. We could, could be playing Celtic. I mean, it could be a massive, massive game of football. And I'm really looking forward to tonight. I'm looking forward to tonight's game. I think Moisey will take it seriously. I think we'll put ourselves in there. And I just felt it was really important because I think you get so focused in the league and what we're doing in the league. And it is remarkable what we're doing in the league. But actually to find ourselves in Europe and to find ourselves where we could be amongst such wonderful, prestigious company. I think sometimes you just got to sit back and appreciate it and sort of take it on board and think how remarkable it is. But there was a reason I didn't want to qualify for Europa League for quite a few years, because I didn't think we had the squad for it. Actually, I didn't think this season we had the squad for it. Shows how much I know. There you go. This is why David Moyes is a football manager. This is why I'm sat in the shed. But I do believe that there's been times when this competition wasn't this prestigious. And I know people in the European teams view it somewhat differently. But it's remarkable. I was a bit concerned. I think that we probably, because we wouldn't take it seriously, that we'd play second string team and we'd go out. I thought we'd go out to group stage in a whimper. I don't mean necessarily this season, but I've thought that traditionally. If you'd have asked myself and Gio over the last few years, what would you want, to qualify for Europe or to win the FA Cup? I would say, well, to win the FA Cup, because it's a trophy. I think I still would love to win a trophy, don't get me wrong. It'd probably take priority. But I always suspected that we would we would get into this sort of competition, not take it seriously, play our second string, keep everybody fit for the Premier League games, and we would be the ones finishing third or fourth in the Europa League group stage. I never expected it like this. I really didn't. I didn't expect us to do this, and it's remarkable. West Ham are building a little European reputation here. We're building up our own coefficient points, which is absolutely crazy. Who'd have thunk it, eh? Who would have thunk it? Anyway, enjoy the game tonight. I certainly will. I'll see you. We'll see you before on the build-up show, and it's on BT. By the way, the game's on BT. Earlier kickoff this evening as well. We'll be there with the review afterwards. Charlie with a watch along, player ratings, all the stuff. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game. And what I'm saying is savour the game. This has taken a long time to come around, and not too many of us expected it to be this good when eventually it did come around. Anyway, I'll catch up with you later.